Good afternoon, Southern California. I'm John Baldwin with John Hart Real Estate, and today is January 5th, 2022. Have a couple different topics today. I want to touch on a few things that I think are kind of important. One is data coming out of the fourth quarter, and then one is the Federal Housing Finance Authority coming out with some new fees and things that are going to affect the cost of your mortgage. So we'll get to that in a second. The first story I want to touch on is it's from Housing Wire. It was published on Monday the 3rd, and what it is ATTOM Data Solutions. They're a data analysis company. Looked at 575 counties and did an analysis of their appreciation and their affordability. And what they found is that the median home prices in 440 of the 575 counties saw notable home price growth. Now, we knew that. We knew there had been massive appreciation over 2020 and 2022. But what this is now saying is that as a result, 77% of counties included in the report have now been labeled as less affordable, up from 39% of counties in 2020. So that's a big jump. Now, the reason that they're looking at this, the affordability, is because with wages not increasing as much as housing, they are concerned with affordability because the lenders for most mortgages don't like to see your monthly housing expense, mortgage, insurance, property taxes. So the whole monthly payment for housing, they don't like to see that over 28%, and we are creeping up. It was previously down at the 21.5%. It has risen as an average up to about 25.2, so that's a 3.7% difference or change, from affordability before, or percentage of your income used for your mortgage before to now. So now we're in the 25.2%. So a much larger percentage of your income is going toward housing, but and we're creeping toward that 28% mark that the lenders want to keep everybody under to make sure that they're comfortable with making that loan. So very interesting, something to keep an eye on. But I think the other data point here that we need to pay attention to is the Federal Housing Finance Authority is telegraphing and saying, and they basically have said this is going to happen. It's going to happen by April. So they're saying you have 90 days to factor in these increases in costs. Now, where are they increasing the costs? And the big one that I saw, and this is the FHFA hikes fees for high balance and second homes. So upfront fees for high balance home loans will increase between 0.25% and 0.75% tiered by a loan to value ratio. And for second homes, it's going to be even more, 1.125 and 3.875%. So this new pricing is going to come into effect in April. So now let's couple this with the previous video where I talk about kind of rising rates in general, that we knew the Fed was telegraphing 3 rate hikes in 2022. So what did I say? I said our sweet spot was going to be that March, April, May time frame. Now, with increased fees coming in April, this may actually push this forward a little bit. So maybe we're looking at now the sweet spot is more February, March, April, because you're going to be able to lock in those fees in March if you get under contract before the April increase in the cost of your loan. So there's going to be some motivation here for people to get into a house before April 1st, because the cost of money, the cost of the mortgage, because almost all of California is going to be a high balance loan compared to most of the rest of the country. So the big areas, San Diego, Los Angeles, Orange County, San Francisco, all the big metro hubs are significantly more expensive than the national average. So we are a high balance state. And this is going to affect California and some other high balance areas a lot more than the low balance areas. So definitely something to factor into your mortgage. Talk to your lender. If you don't have a lender, give me a call, 213-973-3777. I'll hook you up with one of my fantastic lenders I've been working with for years, and they can run through this. My lenders like to front load all the paperwork. They want to make sure, because they've been doing it long enough, they know what's going to be asked for at the end. So they're going to front load that paperwork and say, hey, I need this, this, and this at the beginning of the process and not the end. So let's get you in touch with a lender, get your pre-approval, get you ready to move once this market inventory kind of picks up. And I'm expecting to see more inventory come online as we get deeper into 2022. So give me a call. I'm John Baldwin with John Hart Real Estate, 213-973-3777, and let's get your house sold.